yeah, you need that sense of urgency. You need the, okay, this is a grand final. That's exactly how you have to approach this if you're E6, because yes, okay, you're 0-2 in your group. You're not going to make it through into the winners bracket. You're almost 100% guaranteed to go into the losers. But still, that third, fourth seed, it can make a difference. So you're going to want to finish at least 1 and 2. Right?
Yeah.
This is their last pool play game. No one wants to go 0-3 in pools. That's extremely demoralizing, and you know you're going to get ragged on by all your colleagues in the community.
Yeah, that's so true. Well said. A must-win for E6. I agree with that. If they lose to this Extortion squad, that is it. I think there's
may as well just go home
collapse
at that point, honestly, because the chances of you turning things around on Saturday when you're 0-3 in pools, you've already played today, you've lost against an open bracket team. I mean, it's very rare when that really happens. So for me, E6, they have to come out hard. But this, I promise you, it's not going to be an easy game for them. And I really think you're going to start hearing DeFazio get loud. I mean, he's the main slayer for this squad, and he is extremely, extremely talented.
Yeah, and on my side, I'm predicting E6 to bounce back here.
Fair enough.
I'm predicting a 2-0 win for E6. I look at Extortion's bracket run and open. They beat a couple teams. They beat Energy. That's a very, very well-established win. However, the rest of the teams they beat, Millennium coming over from Europe, they're kind of a question mark in this tournament. Big shout out to them. And then, of course, they beat Revered, and 2-1. They struggled against Revered. You know, so I think E6 got together yesterday. They gathered their thoughts. They played well online. They can. I think they'll come back and bounce back here.
If E6 start off strong, I will agree with you.
It's about how they start.
I think it fully just depends on the first 3-4 rounds. Well, if they come out and take an early lead, then yeah, I think that this is their series. But if they go 1-0 down in this series, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, well said, Benson. It's a great story regardless, and we're going to jump into the action here. E6 versus Extortions. The Cinderella team. Hudson is going to come out strong with the first kill on B-Hill. He draws first blood, breaks the ice for his team, and ladies and gentlemen, we are kicked off with Saturday of the Gears Pro Circuit Columbus Open.
And Crushmo as well. He's going to find 2. Looking for a potential more. He has Hudson's in support. They could try and force out this Extortion player if they wanted to. The B-Hill, of course, has gone in their way as Hudson picks up the kill. Extortion yet to find the first kill of this game, and something we didn't really talk about is for Extortion, you know, they're here. This is their first big event for a lot of these guys. They're now sat on main stage with a crowd, the cameras, the lights. Are they going to get nervous? Is that something that we may have overlooked?
Yeah, and I actually didn't know that Stick B was Sticky, the old Sticky from Gears 2 days. Man, I used to play against him often. He was a Gears 2 semi-pro amateur player back in the day, made his way, kind of proved his way up, and he came back and he's playing with some new school players, DeFazio, some kids that started playing in Gears Ultimate Edition. Awesome to see here, Stick and his return. So I'm going to want to look out for him. DeFazio here, your boy from Canada, who you said is an absolute savage. We'll be sure to spectate a lot of him this match here. He's going to be on the Brawl for Eternity, who Eternity yesterday, talking about numbers and statistics, against Epsilon, 6 straight rounds, 0 kills. It wasn't until the 7th round that he got his first kill yesterday. So I'm looking for Eternity to step up here and get in day number 2.
That's definitely not the stat I'm sure he wants you to be reading out. But I mean, wow, that's crazy. You'd expect a player of kind of his caliber to be able to pick up a couple of kills, but you know, Epsilon, a very good team of their own, but still with DeFazio. I know Waldo, our observer here, the man behind Gears of War Esports, he loves a bit of DeFazio as well, and honestly, hopefully we get to see exactly what DeFazio is made of as he tries to show off some skills. Unfortunately, though, DeFazio will fall. It was Hudson's that was able to clean that up, and you look at the score as it stands, still a relatively close one, 117 to 117. It's a tied game. However, it is Extortions that have that B and
look at that. Control. I love the rotation. I love the decision-making from Eternity right there. He was in a bad spot down low, went back up top, went to the window, and is playing a role that is much needed in this team, a support Lancer role. You have Hudson's, Crushmo, and Noxious on your team, 3 great Slayers, and Affinity, who actually has a pretty underrated shotgun as well, and a decent strafe from the back in the Gears 2 days. So I think I like what I'm seeing out of Eternity. I like what I'm seeing out of E6 so far. And look at that, all red at the bottom left of your screen. There you go. Affinity picking up a double kill, and E6 is really starting to heat up with the double cap. And look at the score, Benson.
Yep, it's getting very, very close indeed. Enigma 6 will take the lead once again with that A and B hill control. It's going to be down to Vision, essentially just to buy his teammates a little bit of time here, but he will fall. The trip cap is inbound. There are a couple of players, though, from Extortion in a position to put a stop to this. Will they be able to slay out on that C hill, though? You see Enigma 6 give them the respect they deserve. Back away. They don't want to try and make any mistakes here, especially considering E6 now with a 20-point lead. This is going to force Extortion. They need to play for a trip cap here, or at least a 2 cap and a neutral. Otherwise, they will lose this first round here on the main stage.
Interesting enough, 200 to 175. They're going to go for a double cap. They're going to start pushing for that triple cap. Can they do it? We saw Envious do it yesterday.
If they can neutralize this A-Hill, this is going to be massive. It's going to buy them some time. And that's a fact they are going to be able to do so. Here goes DeFazio. He's found one in Affinity. Can he now just hold on? There's 2 more players pushing him. Unfortunately, he does fall. Has the damage been done? No, it hasn't. In fact, in comes more cavalry from the boys over Extortion, but the A-Hill will be secured just in the nick of time.
And I'm going to be a little bit critical here, Ben. I saw some online warrior type of gameplay there from DeFazio and team. They're going for so many up A's, and really they're getting baited into up A's. E6 is just outsmarting them, and they're going for a ton of reaction shots. got to kind of calm down, hit your shots first. Don't try and be as flashy or as cute.
Is that, again, maybe just, you know, the lights, the camera,
the nerves, yeah.
You're trying to make a name for yourself, right? So you want to try and make those hero plays. And I think that's something that when you are an open bracket team, you need to kind of respect a little bit, because when you go up against teams like Up to Gaming, they're going to just destroy you.
Oh, without a doubt.
Things like that.
Exactly. So you can't get away with that.
You have to play your own game, but at the same time, I'm not saying don't play with confidence.
Yep.
But there's a fine line between playing too aggressive and playing, you know, the right amount of aggression.
And that up A is so tempting, and it's so nice to see, to hit a reaction shot feels so good. It's really, really tempting to try and go for that. But maybe if you're playing ranked, not on the pro circuit main stage against E6, a team that is vicious, is looking to bounce back here. And with Crushman with 6 kills, it's looking really nice for E6 to start off. Bulltox are going to be placed here. Interesting kind of passive first weapon placement for Extortion. Both are going to be picked up. Eternity continuing to play a support role. It's the exact role he needs to fit for this team.
On board with Hudson's from Enigma 6 here in round number 2. Of course, that was a good start. The start really E6 needed. You didn't want to go down 1-0 against Extortion. Obviously, that would give them the world of confidence, but staying with Hudson, he's going to have that gunfight over towards the right-hand side of this B hill. Noxious as well. He's already shut down Stick. And Extortion, these opening gunfights are just being completely dominated here by Enigma 6.
Affinity's going to pick up another kill. Hudson's Affinity, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. A lot of early kills. Another kill from Affinity. I think that's Eternity with the support fire there, keeping his teammate alive. And just like that, we're going to get a double cap in, and they're going to start to inch away at a small lead here at his E6. How is Extortion's going to bounce back and try to break the setup?
As of right now, it just doesn't seem like their opening strategy is really being effective against Enigma 6. But now they have a little bit of time to recompose themselves. Of course, we're still only a 12-second respawn delay, so nothing too crazy as of right now. But of course, this is a map where you do spawn very, very far away from your home hill, so you do see trip caps coming pretty frequently. Still on board with Canny, though, as he does have the teammate support here as they're trying to force a 2 versus 1. Vision was able to shut down Crushmo as well. Now he's going to immediately wrap over towards B. Is he going to be able to find the revive on Stick? In actual fact, he's going to win the gunfight anyway. Doesn't matter, and the revive does come through. So nicely played there by Extortion, but they dedicated a lot of resources over towards that B hill, and because of that, Enigma 6 wisely rotate over towards Extortion's home hill, and they still maintain that 2-to-1 hill setup.
Yep, well played by E6. You want to hold that 2 cap in these early rounds. It's really a points game early. Later on, it becomes more of a kills game. So they're on board right now with Crushmo. 6 kills to his name still. He hasn't got a kill yet this round as he got taken out early. But here's the push that comes in. Double cap is going to be gathered by Extortion's the Cinderella story here. And here we go. Big fight's about to go down by that B hill. Good rotation from Crushmo. He needs to go huge. He's going to miss the 1 shot. Oh, that's going to be costly as DeFazio, your boy, picks up a huge double kill.
Nicely played. That's just going to manage to give them a little bit of relief from the Enigma 6 push that was coming down towards B. But as you mentioned, very, very low respawns right now, Fallout. There's plenty of time for E6 to come back into this one. It's definitely not over in round number 2. A 135 to 130 lead still in favor of E6, but you can see just how quickly that lead is being eradicated. All of E6 now off spawn. They're going to be over towards their home hill, and it looks as if they're going to try and wrap. They're running directly over towards Fnatic. It's going to be Noxious on your screens. Is he going to be able to win it? No. Fnatic does clean up Noxious. A big defensive play coming in from Extortion, and somehow Fnatic is still alive. May have just bought his teammates enough time. Extortion, they've rotated over towards C, while Enigma 6, 3 players had to push over towards the A hill. Extortion will keep the lead here, and if they're quick off spawn, they may actually get a trip cap.
Affinity fighting a 1 versus 1.5 against the meat shield there. Stays alive, showing off that Gears 2 strafe. Oh, Stick is going to be full red. He's going to stay alive. And the trip cap is going to come in. They need to break B. Are they going to get there on time? I don't know. No, they get C. Oh. Huge play right there by whoever that was that played anchor back to the C. But look at the score, 200 to 165. A good round here from Extortions. It's going to be E6 that needs to go for the trip cap.
And you better pray that someone from Extortions overextended once again towards C, because there is 4 Enigma 6 players blitzing over towards that home hill. DeFazio and support of his teammate are definitely trying to make the plays, and Canny will be able to pick it up, and Extortion tie things up at 1 round apiece. And I feel like you can't stress enough how important that first round for Extortion is going to be. It just kind of settled their nerves a little bit. Like, yeah, we're on main stage. Yeah, we're going up against E6, but we belong here. We can bang with the best.
Yeah, that's a huge round. You're spot on there. And I like the play from Eternity right there, leaving the guy down because he knew he needed to get the break there. So a valiant effort, not able to execute, unfortunately, as it was a tough push to make. But now, decision to make for E6. Do they place a power weapon?
I mean, they've been winning those B hill engagements every single time.
That's why
they've been making, honestly,
well said,
look very, very easy. So
Sniper for Hudson's?
It's one of those things where you're like, well, you know, just give yourself that extra advantage, right? Like, you may as well. You're easily winning. Extortion just, they don't have the opening strat right now to beat E6. And bear in mind, you know, you heard DeFazio say in his pregame interview, they scrim these guys a lot. They know how they play. So you know, for me, they should have a better strategy here at B.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision. Hudson's plays at that B. They place a sniper. I think there's a pattern there. I think they're going to try and get the sniper in that man's hand.
That's weird. Like,
coincidence.
I love watching him snipe.
Yeah, it is a blast. But I will say in this game, I think the sniper's such a bait. It's not a power weapon. It's not that good of a weapon, unfortunately. If it wasn't Gears Ultimate.
It upsets me because I kind of agree.
Me too.
And I love sniping, so it really does upset me. But I mean, you see once again, the opening strat just absolutely dominated by Enigma 6. And I mean, if they want to grab that sniper rifle and it's completely free, Noxious is actually going to take it. But damage done already. 4 players from Extortion down. If E6 wanted to, I mean, you're at 14 seconds spawn. You could try and get that map control, try and win another wave of gunfights, and then go for that trip cap. I think that's going to be the game plan.
Perfect. Perfect how they're playing it. You want to play, at least put some pressure on that 3 cap to give yourself some points here. Good job by Eternity. Push up, pick up a kill. Sniper headshot opportunities. DeFazio standing still. Noxious is not able to connect us. He did not have a sniper out. They're going to reset, which is perfect. I like that. Poke, get a kill, back out, reset.
That's all you need to do, because at this point, Extortion, they're not getting any points. They don't have that hill, so you've earned yourself about a 30-point lead, really, for just being a little bit aggressive and backing away and playing your life. So just smart plays coming in from E6 all around. DeFazio now thinking about that rotation towards A. I mean, he does have the support here of his teammates, and honestly, I think DeFazio is actually going to try and force this on Hudson's, but Hudson says, no, not a chance, my friend. He backs away, tries to get back towards his team support, but DeFazio desperately trying to force something here. He has his team behind him, and Noxious, I mean, that's the price you're going to pay if you try and chase him down.
Yep, another up A from DeFazio. Relax with the up A's, react to that reaction shots, play a little bit more calculated as Noxious is going to shut him down. Should have been dead there. Noxious is full red. Huge play by Noxious, who's a very solid, consistent player, has been ever since his really return to debut in the scene back in Gears 3.
Oh, and Stick with a good break over towards that home hill. He will keep Extortion in this one for now.
Eternity, man.
But you can just see how aggressive E6 are being, and it's more importantly, they're being aggressive, but they're backing out at the correct times. They're not over-committing, they're not over-dedicating, they're really not giving Extortion any chance whatsoever of getting back in this one mathematically. They're basically saying, Extortion, if you want to beat us, you have to trip cap us.
Yep, well said. Now look at the pressure. E6 is playing this so well. They're rotating, they're poking, they're really offering a lot of pressure, well-needed pressure. Eternity was at the C hill. He rotated all the way back. Now he's playing support at the window. That's exactly what you want to see from E6. Perfect rotation so far. That's one thing they pride themselves in, is their rotations and communication.
On board still with Fnatic. Of course, Vision is in support here if Extortion want to push B, but you can see time is running out. Extortion, they don't really have the time here to really waste. They need to have someone overextending towards A, and they really needed to win that gunfight at B. It's Noxious being an absolute nuisance. The Thorn in Extortion side. DeFazio will win one, but you look at that score, it's pretty much going to be over. Enigma 6 have played this one absolutely perfectly, unless someone from Extortion was able to overextend. They weren't, and E6 now find themselves 2-1 up.
Yep, well said. Directly from E6 themselves. We can win fights with any team and have some of the best objective gameplay and rotations. You saw it right there, a near-perfect round for Enigma 6 group.
Looking quickly at the scoreboard there, definitely Enigma 6 outslaying, feeling more comfortable, more at home here on this main stage. Beautiful main stage it is as well.
Without a doubt. Decision to make here, though, for Extortion. Do they place a power weapon on the opposite side of the map, the tail?
I feel like you should. I
spread the map out.
Definitely should, because you're going to split the pressure. Right now, you're losing those gunfights over towards B. Yes, there's a sniper rifle down, but as you said, it's a little bit baity, really. It isn't really the best power weapon. So what you can do is you can force Enigma 6 players to come to this side of the map now, potentially give yourself a better opportunity of winning that B hill. And it's a bold move, right? Because if you do play something like a boom shot and you don't win that engagement, then you're like, okay, well, we just gave E6 a boom shot. So you have to make sure you play for it. They're going to place it down as well. So this is a brave, bold move coming in from Extortion.
All in with the chips here for Extortions. They're going to put all their eggs in one basket over to the boom shot, the tail area of the map, and a big fight is about to go down for that boom shot. Look how E6 transitions. They do have a 4v3 numbers opportunity. They're actually going to take that and spread that wide towards the middle of the map here. Let's see how it plays out. Eternity grabs the Boltac. They did not grab their Boltac. Smart decision right there. They're going to opt for numbers, take the 5v4 instead. And look at the flank from DeFazio. So well played, a brilliant push, but Noxious is going to shut it down. Crushmo does as well. It is all up to DeFazio, and he's going to up A, and he takes out one. Can he get the double kill? Him and his teammate, Vision, picks up one as well. So a well-executed strategy. Boom shot grabbed by Extortion.
Oh, and you just see the sniper bullet from Hudson fly past DeFazio. He managed to pick that one up completely for free, and now the pressure could come over towards A. If Extortion aren't careful here, they have a couple of players down. They could be extremely vulnerable to the trip cap. You see Extortion, they desperately wanted to play for Boom. They've won Boom now, but they have zero map control, and not that many players alive. A couple of players coming off spawn, and DeFazio doing a good job of just trying to stay alive. Of course, Hudson still does have that sniper rifle. The Boom is used there.
That's a perfect example of the sniper in this game. Not as helpful, as useful as a lot of these players think. He missed 2 shots. He was almost useless. He rendered himself out of the play right there and got taken out by a boom shot because he tried positioning himself in a spot to get a sniper headshot. This isn't Gears Ultimate Edition. That sniper is not a power weapon anymore.
It felt like Enigma 6 said, okay, we know Extortion's going to play for the boom. Hudson, you grab snipe and try and snipe over boom, which is, okay, it's great on paper, right? It's a wonderful, okay, we're going to get the sniper shot on the guy that's picking up boom, wonderful. But if you miss your shots, like we saw, next thing you know, the opposite team, they have boom, then they're going to get map control. And now Extortion with the A, B hill under their control, they're going to very easily chip away at the lead Enigma 6 has built themselves. Yeah, and of course, now we're at, what, 16-second respawn, so every single death is absolutely massive.
Yep, you're right. High risk, high reward with that sniper, and the risk is not realistic, in my opinion. On board now with E6, 30-point leads. They're in a good spot here. Big fight about to go down. That boom shot will be up. A huge kill from Fnatic. Hudson's going to shut it down. That's a 2v1. Fnatic's able to squeeze a kill there.
And now can Hudson's apply the pressure over towards B. There will be Vision over there.
Right.
And Vision may actually have to kind of back away from this one. I don't think he really has that much team.
Well played by, look at that. Hudson, instead of going for the up A one shot, he hits a back A. He plays more defensive. That's something we're not seeing out of Extortions. They're really going for the trick shots. They're going for the swag. And Hudson's a well played, I mean, he's only been competing for a year and a half now, and he's looking like a 5-year vet.
Just playing with the experience he's managed to gather, for sure. As Extortion with a couple players down here.
Again, he goes for the up A, again. I
feel like you're getting infuriated. Do you want to go coach him?
I'm getting very angry. Ben, I'm gonna take off my hat.
You can go coach him. It'll be okay. It'll be okay for you, I promise. But again, maybe that's a little bit of nerves coming in from them, and again, trying to make a name for yourself. Right? You want to go for those montage plays. At the end of the day, you know, when you look back in an event, you remember those sick plays where the casters go nuts, and you know, you have the WW dubstep over the top of it, the bass drops, and you pick up a 3-piece. But at times, you know, you have to respect who you're playing against. You're not in the open bracket anymore. You're playing a professional team in Enigma 6. Yes, a team haven't had the best of events, but still, you have to respect their talent.
Without a doubt. They're playing very well. They're coming out very hot here. And this is exactly what E6 needed. A match like this to really get their swag back. Regain the juju, do what you need to do. And E6, the juju.
Regain the juju.
Awesome Powers reference there.
I love it.
I love it. Very good start by E6. A Mano kick, give the Y button. No.
E6, 3-1 up here in their first map of the day. Looking very, very controlled, and just the veteran team that you kind of know and love when you think about Enigma 6, and you're really going to see it. Of course, this is really going to be the start of a very, very long day for them going into the losers bracket. So it is, as you mentioned, important that they start off well.
Must win.
They're going to need a lot of 2-0s. You don't want to be playing best of 3s going all the way to map 3s in the losers bracket. You want to make that run as quickly as you possibly can, so you have time to just kind of think about things and really, you know, time to grab food, time to rest, time to go over film.
Yeah, and right now, if I am Extortions, I want to place a power up in there. I don't want to block that out. Reason being, they won the fight over on the tail side. The reason they lost the round is because they lost the sniper side, the B side of the map. However, you put a power up in there, you get boom, which they did. You get another power up, maybe some nades, use those nades to work over, but instead they're going to block the weapon here, and they're going to opt for the same exact round they had last time.
I'm curious, is that maybe them saying we don't want to put a power weapon there because we don't want to draw extra attention? Because that was the route they did run. They were able to flank. If you remember, Defazio went on that flank, so it's kind of him saying, hey, let me make sure I have that route completely safe, because he didn't run into anyone from Enigma 6.
Well said, Ben.
The problem, though, as you mentioned, though, you gave away that entire B side of the map, and that's something that you can't do. Yeah, okay, as we talked about, sniper rifle, it's not going to be...
And you're right, Ben, they're running the same exact... No, maybe. I think they're running a similar strategy here. Yes, I think Defazio is on the flank. So a similar strat. Let's see if it pays off for them. Boom shot still up for grabs. That prized possession in the middle of the map. Defazio on a clear flank. Exactly. You called it perfectly, Ben. But he's going to get flanked and shut down by Affinity.
you just can't let that happen. Let's be honest. As Canny is going to get himself boom shot. The kills are coming in, though, in favor of Extortion. The sniper rifle, as you see, is
too much.
Wildly missing. But for Extortion,
there it is. I think that was a headshot. Maybe it was a shotgun.
Hey, man, if you throw enough poop at the wall, something's bound to stick. Right? let's just be honest. But Extortion, you know, they went for that similar strategy that we saw last time. They didn't cap their home hill. They completely negated B. They wanted to play for that boom shot, and they were able to get it now with A and C under their control. Bear in mind, you know, respawns at this point 18 seconds, so it is pretty lengthy. The problem is, though, you need to make sure you connect with shots like that.
You can't miss that boom. That's the difference between them holding that 2 cap. And if you're going to run the strategy very boom heavy, you need, and I mean absolutely need to hold. Oh, Fnatic went huge. Triple kill there for Fnatic. But you need to hold the home and away hill. That's what they're going for. They're going for a 2 cap right now. They're going to start putting pressure on the 3 cap. And all up to Hudson's here. He's on the flank, and the opposite side of away hill, he's going to get the break.
Yeah, he's going to get there just in the nick of time. The question is, where it... Oh, no! We hit those! We hit those, Hudsons! Come on, man!
There you go.
Okay, we get those then. Okay, all right, I'll let you off. You get a bye.
It's those, but not those.
You get a pass. It's always the easy ones you miss, right? When the player is stood perfectly still, you're aiming at him, and the next thing you know, he moves. Shout out to Hudson's there, actually getting a kill with the sniper rifle and a kill with the boom. So Hudson's kind of turning the tide here in this one, but it is Extortion once again thinking about pushing towards that trip cap. You see the A hill now back in Enigma 6's favor. Bear in mind that the lead E6 have, or had at the beginning rather, Extortions have chipped away at. So it's a 2-point game as it stands, but it is E6 with control of those home hills.
A big fight right there. It looks like the Cog team's going to come out on top in that one. 4-on-5 situation now for E6. They do hold the 2 cap. Hudson's knows he needs to help defend this hill. They're going to completely ignore their away hill. I'm sorry, their home hill. They're going to push for the away hill. Smart decision there, as that's where the pressure is. 2 cap is enough. 15-point lead. That's it. Something tells me, Ben, this round is going to come down to the wire. The boom shot will be up in about a minute.
We're definitely have to keep our eyes on that. Of course, DeFazio now back on your screens as he's thinking about maybe pushing over towards A. C should be going over towards Extortion. This is a very, very well-timed. Oh, that's beautiful. I was going to say maybe be a little bit more patient here, but he has kind of been drawn into that fight. He could have overextended that towards A and played a 1 versus 1.
Huge.
Instead, he does track back, of course, recognizing respawn delay is huge here. Every kill is absolutely massive, but now DeFazio is going to have a 2 versus 1. Should be able to win it with the support of his teammate, and they do go down. Nicely played there by DeFazio. Should be able to pick up Kani as well. Does so.
Well played by Kani. Not panicking and shooting that boom shot and suiciding. That's trusting your teammate to hit his shots and save your life. Well played. Now he has 2 booms to his name. Didn't waste a boom shot, and he's still alive here. This is huge. 20-point lead for E6, though. So the double cap, I don't think will be enough. They're going to have to put some pressure on the triple cap, Benson.
And it's going to be down to potentially Eternity to make some plays, just to delay that push that is 100% going to come in from Extortion, because E6 are going to be pinned in the back of their base. Doesn't look like anyone has had the chance to OE. If he hits one of these sniper shots, it's going to be massive. Of course, bear in mind, as you mentioned, the boom shot is available here. And you have to be aggressive here. There's no point defending B. You need to apply the pressure over towards the opposition home hill. There's absolutely 0 point you being sat still, and there we go. The pressure finally comes through. He is able to pick up Hudson's now. Can he stay alive? The sniper shot was put down, but all he needs to do is play his life here. As it stands, E6 not going to be getting any points whatsoever. Stick is going to try and push through. Eternity, he has to back away. Beautiful push from Extortion.
Oh, but Noxious on the other side of the map is going to take out Fnatic. Is that going to be enough? No. He's going to get a double kill. All up to Noxious. Eternity in a 1v. Can he go big? No, he gets taken out by Stick, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, they are going to turn it around. A huge round by Extortions to win this one. Wow.
Fantastic play. And
I want to rewind just a little bit again, and I hate to beat a dead horse here. Eternity had the sniper in his spawn. He sat there for a good 15 seconds trying to hit shots, a small angle with a weapon that, and you see his coach coaching him up. Honestly, if Eternity would have dropped the sniper and flown, he would have gotten there 20 seconds earlier. He would have helped his teammate. He would have been there to fight a 1v1. It's a big difference, and it's not even Eternity's fault.
It's a
the sniper is such a bait.
It is, and I mean, it was E6 that put it down as well. They're the ones that have been consistently picking it up. You kind of see Extortion say, we don't want sniper.
Yeah.
You can have it. We don't want it. We want to.
They haven't played for it once.
They literally haven't. I don't think I've seen anyone even touch it. So, you know, from Extortion, although it looks like they're losing the opening break because you see the points heavily in E6's favor, when all the trades are done, it is actually Extortion coming out on top. They've controlled the boom every single time that they've gone for that kind of familiar flank strat.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason E6 should have lost that round, honestly.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
By 30 points.
That's just playing too passive. That's recognizing you only need to hold one hill, and you basically put a player at the back of the map with a sniper rifle saying, all right, you need to clutch and hit your shots. That just doesn't make sense. Like, if he'd have, even, like, think about this. If he overextended towards the opposition home hill, that's a clutch play. That will win you the game.
Boltok kill for Eternity. Maybe he makes up for it there with a good opening. Affinity picks up a double kill with the instance, and now only 1 member left for Extortion's 5v1. I think it's a 4v1 actually, but Canny does have a smoker. I thought it was instance. He does have a smoke. He's not going to be able to do much with that. And the triple cap's going to come in. All up to Canny.
This should be absolutely
get a break. At least get a break. Now his teammates are going to spawn. If I'm E6, chainsaw's out. Not even needed.
You're at 20-second respawn, right? Why not? A little bit of disrespect never hurt anyone. But 20-second respawn delay. They got that massive flurry of kills in quick succession. So E6, definitely one of the easier rounds they're going to be able to win.
Yeah, and there you have Noxious on your screen. I want to take a moment to talk about this individual. Such a good gentleman. Honestly, a family man. He does so much for his mom and his family. A good person with a great story. He's playing for so much more than anyone in this room realizes. Putting it all on the table, all on the line right now. I'm a huge Noxious fan. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat are as well.
Going into the first round here of the second half. Of course, the map has flipped. We now have our D, E, and F hills. E, the mid, neutral, and just to kind of talk about that opening strat there from Extortion. The beginning rounds, they were losing it pretty heavily. Now the map has flipped. What do they have to do, Fallout, to beat E6 in these opening breaks?
Win the opening fight. They haven't been doing that very well. They ran a couple good, cheeky strats. I love the strat call there, showing some veteranship, and that worked out well for them. At the end of the day, they're losing their shotgun fights in the initial. Of course, as I say that, Fnatic picks up a huge double kill, and now they're going to win the initial. They get a double kill. They have 3 dead. Take that 4v2 and push. That's exactly what they're going to do here in the second round.
I can't believe they're already
2 double
pressure for a triple kill, or for triple kill. They're going to get it as well.
What?
First round. I mean, that again is kind of a testament to just how difficult it is on this map specifically. You spawn so far away from your home hill that it's a little bit of a trek. It is a journey to try and get back there and put a stop to the trip cap. Extortion. You know, you said it, they need to start winning those opening gunfights, and, well, they did, just like that, and they were able to get the reward of a trip cap. Now, of course, it's going to be E6 on weapon placement.
Secondary weapon 3. It's going to be a retro. Interesting. E6 with a couple good secondary weapon players in their team. Eternity, phenomenal with the Marksa. Hudson's also very good with the Marksa, but they place a retro instead. See if they're going to pick it up and what they're going to do with it.
Hudson's 22 kills, by the way. He's playing very, very well. I think it's definitely fair to say. But now, of course, heading into the second round of the first half, it was pretty much dominated by E6 in the first half of gameplay. Extortion, though, coming out first round of the second half and really showing us that they can win those opening breaks. And it looks as if it's going to be a similar strat to what they ran last time. They're going to get early control of D and E. Now, can they win those gunfights when Enigma 6 try and reapply the pressure? Canny's already won 1, and a 2v2 is essentially going to be pushing. In fact, it's a 3v2, and you should see Stick pick up both these kills. He does so, and that's 3 players down now for E6. And again, it's exactly the same thing that Extortion just did, and it's worked again.
And Eternity's going to sit back with the Retro Lancer.
Yeah, good luck.
Needs to get in there, yep. Not well positioned, and that is going to be it. Well played by Extortions, and just like that, tied for a piece right now. Wow, we have a match in our hands, Benson.
We most definitely do. That was the kind of play call I feel like Extortion was missing in the first half. They were trying to go for stuff like that, but it just wasn't working. Now they've kind of settled down a little bit. Maybe all those main stage nerves are completely gone. They're winning those opening fights, and you can see just how crucial it is on this map. I mean, we're talking 10 and 12 second respawns, and they trip cap within the first 60 seconds. Wow. It's impressive. It really is. And you think as the respawns gets higher, it's only going to become easier as well to lock in that trip cap.
You know, we talked about earlier like what Extortions need to do to bounce their way back into this one, win the initial fights. They've done exactly that the past 2 rounds. Well said, Benson. Weapon denied over at the E hill. So Affinity and team are going to continue to try and just play with their core weapons here.
I like that from E6, because you're almost saying, well, Extortion, they've won it every single round.
Yeah.
I don't want to give them even an opportunity to put something down if we happen to win a round. So it's just a very smart tactical defensive play coming in from E6. Once again, though, deja vu, E and F controlled by Extortion. This time, however, it's Noxious that shuts down Canny, and Canny has been just a massive thorn in Enigma 6's side on the opening breaks of the past couple of rounds, so the E hill looks as if it's going to be immediately flung back over toward Enigma 6.
Yep, a force to be reckoned with. Of course, Vision and the other team, Eternity and Affinity's former team name. So he's going to, actually, Defazio's going to pick up a kill over Hudson's. He's 42 to 31 here, and 1 hill apiece. No one's grabbed that E hill yet.
Defazio more than happy to maybe go for a little bit of a flank here. His teammate has hopped on E, so once again, Extortion will get control full red though. Needs to just kind of take a moment, play his life a little bit. As Eternity putting down some shots over towards the opposition home hill, and you can see just how close those home hills are. That's why it is so easy to lock in that trip cap on this side.
And here comes the push from E6, but the flank is going to come in as well. Defazio full red, goes for the up A, not able to connect, and here we go, big fight. Affinity picks up a double kill, Fnatic goes down, and E6, ladies and gentlemen, steamrolls, and I mean absolutely steamrolls that fight. However, other side of the map, heads up play by Vision and Canny to OE, overextend, and take the away hill.
That was so
good plays by both teams.
That was so smart. They recognized that E6 were planning a big push, and they said, okay, we're not going to be able to win this. A couple of players have gone down, we need to OE. Now that they have to allow Enigma 6 to get control of E, there's no point trying to force this. You know, you're in basically a 2v4 for a couple of seconds. You need to wait for your teammates to come off spawn, regain control of your home hill, collapse then on the E hill, because you still have Vision mulling around this D hill. Of course, that's going to be the Enigma 6 spawn, so realistically, if he can win a 1v1, a fresh player off spawn, and his teammates win over toward the mid-neutral hill, they could actually collapse for that trip kill, and that's exactly what is happening. Now it comes down to Canny. Can he win this gunfight? It's a 1v2. He should be able to clean up Affinity, and he has the teammate support. Now, where is the collapse on E? That is so crucial for Extortion. They need to have a player rotating over towards that E hill, and right now, it just hasn't come.
Wow. E6 potentially gonna lose 3 straight rounds here, down by 40 points, and I'm not seeing any signs of Extortion stopping. Very well played right now. Hudson's on the flank, trying to make something happen. D-Hill's gonna be grabbed, but a double cap is not gonna be enough. They need to go for 3 hills right now when they're down by 50 points.
And this is what's scary. You have to see someone from Extortion play this wisely. There is actually one player heading towards bridge, and it's gonna be Hudson's with a big 1v1. Of course, it's DeFazio. DeFazio has to back away though, and you do not want to be pinned in the back of your base. We've seen Enigma 6 when it comes to these big team fights, quite frankly, they're just better.
An anchor on E. They don't have an anchor on E. I saw that coming from a mile away, Benson. They're gonna lose the E hill.
DeFazio just kind of ran straight through it. He was like, all right, he's probably, honestly...
Eternity!
DeFazio actually did fall. The F hill looks good, 202. And no one's fighting. In fact, there is still one player from E6 trying to cause a little bit of a ruckus. They cannot allow him to stay alive here. How is he alive for so long? You look at the score, though, that one cap is going to come in, and with this respawn delay being as high as it is, Extortion, don't call it a comeback fallout, but they find themselves now 5-4 up against E6.
And they're not showing any signs of slowing down, Benson, so your prediction may come to fruition here as they are winning.
I was a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie. They were down 3-1, I was like, oh crap, they're letting me down, man. I just took these guys up, and now here they are down.
But a great second half. I mean, if you really look at the second half, dissect it, E6 has not shown any signs of greatness. The first half, they were looking good. They were looking like they returned to their old form, but the second half, they just can't solve the piece of they can't get the pieces of the puzzle that they need.
And to go back to your original point, about, you know, how can they improve in the negativity, is it one of those kind of teams you think where as soon as their heads go down, that's like, it's almost like a virus essentially. It's like you lose one round and it's like, oh, why'd you do that? Like, for example, Hudson, why are you playing for sniper rifle? Or Eternity, why are you sat at the back of the map with sniper rifle? Why are you not pushing? And then that develops and develops and develops and they don't let it go?
Yeah, I'd say that is accurate. We saw a lot of that happen at the Invitational and in the past. So we'll see if E6 has really kind of worked on that culture, if you will, as a squad. If they can bounce back here, as they definitely have their backs against the wall. This is a test.
Once again, E6, they put down that sniper rifle. Hudson's going to get it for free because Extortion quite simply just don't care about it. The question is now, can he hit those shots at the players from Extortion capping that E-hill? It's a good decision. Again, on paper, it's a fantastic play call, but you have to hit the shots. If you're not hitting the shots, it quite frankly isn't going to work.
Exactly. Spot on there. They sent 3 people to go back to anchor while Candy was just putting pressure on their side. Well played by Candy there. But now they're going to hold the double cap away in home hills. They're going to give the E-hill up. We're going to see this Extortion squad have to put together a strategy. And look, E6 is spread out though, Benson. They have 2 on each side of the map, so they can technically take a 3v2 if they choose to do so. And
there is a play from Extortion lingering around towards the Enigma 6 home hill as well. This would be a big round for Extortion.
Huge kill for Eternity.
4 in a row if they were able to pin it, and it would put them at map point as well. The kills coming in for Enigma 6. They have completely other ideas. We're at 16-second respawns as well, so those players from Extortion, they're going to be down for a while. And I think Nox just kind of knows about it. Right now, you expect to see Enigma 6 collapse onto that E-hill. I don't think realistically anyone from Extortion is going to be able to stop it. Enigma 6, that was a good response, the response they really needed.
Yep, shut down there. Very well played by Enigma 6, but I will say, Extortion, rather than sending 4 or 5 to one side to take the 5v3, to take the numbers opportunity, they split. They sent 2 to each side. If I'm Extortions, I'm flanking through the B hill to the D hill.
I have to ask you, Fallout, why did we not see Enigma 6 collapse on either? They had 4 players down, admittedly in a little bit of a time delay, but that's those cutthroat moments. You guarantee, we were watching Up to Gaming right there, that's a trip cap. This round's done. This round's done. Envious, we're watching them right now. Toya, you know he's going to be pushing that E-hill. They're going to collapse on it, and they're going to win the game. This is one of those rounds now where if Enigma 6 lose, you look back at that moment and you say, why the hell did we not go for the trip?
Yeah, well said there, Benson. That is an opportunity. At least put pressure on and at least give it an attempt. And right there, I'm not sure if you guys realize, Canny went up behind Crusho, missed the one shot. Crushmo survived and ended up killing Canny, so that's going to cost him. And Fnatic picks up a double kill, though. Triple Cap's looking to come in. Huge lead right now. All they have to do is hold that F-hill. Affinity killing Fnatic is going to be big. He gets taken out. Noxious gets taken out.
Vision! Vision just stayed alive on the E-hill. That was huge. Now can we see a trip cap in complete reverse? Is anyone they're going to be over there towards F? Hudson shuts down DeFazio's push, and that should be good enough for now. He has 3 seconds to get there. It's not going to happen. Hudson's with a massive 1v1, but again, let's just say Hudson's loses that 1v1 to DeFazio. That's 4 players down from E6. They're the rounds you lose, right? Small mistakes can kind of creep up on you, but props to E6, staying composed, a big 1v1, and we're all square at 5-5.
Yeah, well said, tied up here. This is the first match of the day, Benson.
If we have another 7-6, 7-6, 7-6, I swear to God, I'm going to lose my mind.
Are you going to endure
Maybe I'm the curse, dude. I might be the curse. It could be a thing. Open bracket first day.
Curse the luck charm. You're giving the viewers what they want. You know, some good matches.
That's true.
Good matches.
That's true.
Big shout out to Ben Cement. It's so good to have you in Gears. I can't thank you enough.
Dude, it's great to be here, man.
It's awesome.
Honestly. casting with likes of yourself and, of course, the wonderful Guy Blaze. It's been an absolute privilege. Two guys I've been watching for a very long time. Every time I've watched Gears Esports, so it's kind of cool to be up here casting with the likes of yourselves.
Awesome to have you, my man. Here we go. Round number 11. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 rounds away if it does go to a round 13. Right now, you see Hudson's 26 kills, but kills are pretty well spread across the E6 board.
Yes, he's started to slow down a little bit, and you're seeing the players from Extortion kind of catch up a little bit. Obviously, winning 3 rounds in a row relatively quickly is going to do that for you. But now that we'll see,
big fights.
Are Extortion going to give Hudson's that sniper rifle once again? I mean, they really haven't been too fussed about it, to be completely frank. E and F should go under the control. That E break from Extortion on this side of the map is so much better than their B break. It's absolutely
well
crazy to me. Their B break and their B offensive was, let's be honest, pretty trash.
Yep.
Like, E6 was all over them. Now the map is flipped. Extortion saying, no, don't worry about it. We can compete on this side of the map.
Yeah, well said. They're going to do exactly that. Well played by Affinity there, backing out and baiting into Eternity's Retro Lancer. He's a secondary support type of player. He loves using these secondary weapons, and you're going to see exactly why right there. Eternity putting a lot of damage in. They're holding a double cap. They're getting themselves a nice lead, and keep in mind, they're not capping right now.
Very true, very true. Extortion, they seem like a team who's kind of comfortable with that situation. They don't panic. It's not like, we're not getting any points, guys. We need to cap a hill. We need to cap a hill. It's just, all right, guys, I'm going to make sure I rotate. I'm going to try and put some pressure on the opposition home hill. We're going to rotate. We're going to get E. It seems more as if it's kind of calm and calculated as opposed to anything else. Kenny, he has got his hands on the sniper rifle, but once again, seeing a couple of whiff shots here. However, it is Extortion with E and F under their control.
But Noxious picks up a kill. It's a 5v4. There you go. There's the numbers. 5v4 opportunity for E6. They need to push. They're a little too late. Stick's going to take out Crushmo, so not a well-executed push and strategy for E6 there. Now it's a 4v4. Canny did just respawn, make that a 5v4, but Noxious is going to shut down Stick.
Noxious with a relatively easy pick, and now that's going to allow him to jump over towards his E-hill. He could play for a potential neutral here, but in actual fact, as they're losing D, he needed to win that fight, and he will do so on Vision. And F is also being contested. All 3 hills basically should be changing hands very, very soon. The F hill Affinity has managed to wrap 2. The D hill should be going over towards E6. This could be a trip cap if someone from Extortion isn't there to try and put a stop to it. I don't think anyone is going to be able to get there in time. Stick, he does just break it, but it's a 1 versus 2, and that he will fall. And Enigma 6 put themselves at map point.
A huge round for E6, and I gotta say, MVP of that round was Noxious, picking up 3 straight kills that really turned the tide. When it was a slight stalemate, Extortion had a 2 cap. They were slowly getting the lead, and Noxious shut it down. Affinity, very well played as well. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far out of Affinity.
How do Extortion win this round? If you were coaching Extortion right now, Fallout, what do you tell them to do? The first 3 rounds of the second half, they were winning the breaks. The past 2 rounds, it hasn't been as comfortable.
You know, I'm not sure if I tell them to place a boom shot, but it looks like they want to. Keep in mind, guys, they can X out and place a boom or a weapon wherever they want on the map because it is round number 12 here. Looks like they're going to place a boom on the map. If I'm Extortions, I like this place. You're right. As a coach, they ran a really well-organized strategy after they did that. Let's see if they can put together something, go back to the drawing boards.
They've been winning that bottom side of the map every single time.
They have, yeah.
So you're basically rewarding yourself here, and you know you're going to force players from Enigma 6 over to this side of the map now. So it's going to be definitely a very interesting opening break for a pretty hefty respawn, 20 seconds now as well. So then if you have 3-4 players down, that's pretty much the round.
Yes, very true. And I think what we're going to see again is going to be the same exact trick strat here from Extortion. I don't think E6 ever caught on to it. So let's see if they do it. That would be DeFazio flanking through the nade side.
He's already on that cheeky little flank that we saw last time.
Yes, he is. Crushmo's not there to watch. Crushmo might be getting flanked here soon. Needs to watch his back here. Big fight's about to go down. Can DeFazio be able to go? And Boom is going to be grabbed by Canny. A well-executed strategy. And here we go.
Player behind him, he needs to be careful here.
Shut that Boom.
You see, right now, all players still alive. Affinity does shut down DeFazio. You need to see Canny put down some damage with this Boom, but his teammates winning those gunfights as well. E-hill should be controlled. First person off spawn should be able to cap their home hill as well. Canny still with that Boom shot. They can put the pressure now on F. This is a big round coming in from Extortion, but they do need to control that mid-neutral hill.
Yep, I saw 3 opportunities to connect for Boom kills there if I was Canny.
It was almost as if he was nervous. He didn't want a team kill. He was very, very patient with it, which, you know, it may be the right decision. We'll have to wait and see. As it stands, though, Hudson's has found the sniper rifle. If he's able to connect with Canny, that is going to be a massive, massive kill. As it stands, though, it is Enigma 6, who, despite not necessarily winning the
Canny has 2
weapon.
boom shots. We can hop on board with Canny. He's going to pick up a kill there. That is big. 1 more boom to his name. That is the difference maker. So it's been a tight round here. E6 picked up 3 kills, but 2 booms for Canny means 2 kills, or at least it should, theoretically speaking. They're going to break the hill here. Canny's down, but it's okay. It's across map. Ooh, no, Crush was
there.
there.
Crush was right there. And this could be a trip cap for E6. Fnatic, he's going to have to be quick here. Is he going to be able to find the
There
pick? But no, Crushmo picks up the boom. Meanwhile, the E-Hill was controlled by Extortion. Now Extortion's backs are against the wall. Crushmo has other ideas. He shuts down DeFazio, and you expect to see Enigma 6 right over towards the E-Hill. It's all down a stick.
There's 4 dead. They need to be flying. They're going to do exactly that. A well-played round by Enigma 6. This is game point. And ladies and gentlemen, E6 is going to inch this one out and go up 7-5.
And Full, I have to ask you, what went wrong in that round for Extortion? They played that similar strat we saw. They got control of nades. They got control of boom. And
Affinity.
And they weren't able to use them. Was it just not using the boom when they had the opportunity?
That's exactly what it was. That Affinity picked up 2 kills early on, and Canny 2 opportunities early on to pick up kills that would have turned momentum in their favor. And instead of being aggressive with the boom shot, which is a rocket launcher, they played defensive with the boom shot. I don't see that very often. I'm not sure if Canny was the right person to be picking up that weapon. A little bit too passive, wants to be more aggressive, especially later on in rounds. You're playing for kills. You're not playing for the objective. I really have to emphasize that.
I wonder if he realizes that it goes boom. Trick is in the name, to be honest.
Is that what it does?
Yeah, I didn't know either, but
after all these years, honestly,
I mean, we don't really see it that much because people are afraid to put it down.
Meanwhile, Hudson's went huge in that matchup. Let's take a look at what worked so well for the man from Chicago.
He's just so talented. I mean, I love seeing him with the shotgun. He is talented with the sniper rifle. We kind of rag on him a little bit, but I think to your point as well, you know, that sniper rifle, it is more of a bait, and that was, of course, the shot he hit after missing. I do want to point out, yes, it's a highlight, but he did miss a standstill shot before that, so it's like, okay, Hudson, you can hit your shots, but I saw you miss one. You ain't fooling nobody.
And then on your screen right now, you see Crushmo, the beast that has been unleashed from the cage on this E6 squad. They give him the freedom to roam. Talking to Affinity, they know, Affinity says he's a top 3 player in the game, which honestly, he doesn't miss shots. He really doesn't. He plays like an absolute monster.
And the thing is as well, I feel like he's one of those players who is a clutch player, right? It's all good and well being a fantastic player, and you kind of talk about, you know, top players in the game, but some players just have a clutch factor. Like when they need to win a 1v2, when it's basically you win a 1v2 or you lose a round, he's one of those players. I mean, we kind of saw it that last map as well. He will win those 1v2s like pretty consistently, and that's something which really only the best players in the world you get to see them do.
Yeah, well said. You saw him exactly in that very last round there. Picks up the first kill, outstrafes, outplays, doesn't miss a shot against the second kill, picks up a boom shot, picks up the third kill, and that's what allowed E6 to pick up that triple cap and end that round. A well-played first map from E6. I'm liking what I'm seeing. They're returning to their form factor. I mean, this is a team, a lot of people think they got 7-1, 7-2'd by Epsilon, came over from Europe, got destroyed by Optic Gaming, but they have competed with the best of them online. They've made it to the finals of a couple 250s. I think a 2K they made it to the finals of as well.
Yeah, and again, you have to reiterate, that's the #1 seed in North America, best team in the world, and the #1 seed in Europe. This was by no means an easy group for E6. You kind of look at it and you're like, okay, can you compete with Epsilon? I think that was the big question, was really that E6 Epsilon was going to decide who went through, and Epsilon really came out, and you have to give them props. They're a very, very talented squad. I'm always very dubious when it comes to kind of console esports and European teams, because traditionally it's very North American dominated, let's be honest.
On the console side.
It really is, but Epsilon, I have to give them props. They didn't really disappoint. They played against Optic Gaming late last night, I think. A combination of things like jet lag and just being tired, because yes, time difference does make a big difference. Honestly, as someone who's traveled consistently from Europe to North America for a huge period of my life doing events and whatnot, I can tell you that jet lag is a huge thing. I mean, I asked Toby as well. Toby was casting him and he was like, you tired right now? He was like, I'm absolutely exhausted. Imagine how the players feel. So hopefully we get to see Epsilon again at the best.
And it was funny talking to Optic after that match. They're like, we're so tired, man. It was late night.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
we know they're still grinding. They're streaming at this time. I don't want to hear it.
Meanwhile, Epsilon, it is 6 o'clock in London. They just came over a day and a half ago, and they're dead playing against Optic and put up a fight yesterday. So you're right. It was a tough group for E6. Of course, they took the mentality, hey, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. So they came into it with a positive attitude. Unfortunately, couldn't come on top in that. But now they're still looking to bounce back here. It is far but over for E6.
Oh, they definitely have a chance, of course. It's going to be a long day for them, though. Trust me, Saturdays in losers brackets at MLG Open events, it can be a brutal time. It really can. It's where dreams are made and tears are also made.
Well said. Jumping into Foundation, this is going to be map number 2. Both teams competing for the prize possession, the trophy, and also, you know, $120,000.
No big deal. No big deal, right?
First place. Only
biggest prize pool in Gears of War history, but, you know, no big deal.
So here we go. Extortions, your boys, the backs against the wall. Map number 2 here, Benson. Who do you want to look out for on this Extortion squad? Who is it going to be that's going to go big?
I think you need to see DeFazio play a little bit better, to be completely honest, without kind of throwing him under the bus. I think you pointed it out absolutely perfectly. Maybe playing a little too overconfident, I think that's something you need to dial down. I think you need to play a more consistent playstyle, a playstyle which is really going to help aid your team. You can't always go for those hero plays, and I think you started to see that a little bit more in the second half, and that's when they started to kind of come back into it. But I feel for Extortion right now, E6, they're heating up. They really are. They're getting into the swing of things. They're playing like the E6 we know and love, and this is going to be a very, very tough map for them to take.
It all starts with this man. It was Crush Mo that went huge with the double kill to pick things off, to kick things off here in round number 2. 25-20 is the point score. It's going to be a 2-cap in favor of E6 thanks to a good initial turn. He's going to keep things going with the kill over Vision.
Enigma 6, as you mentioned, I feel like whenever the map is A, B, and C, so far it seems like Enigma 6 is just a little bit better.
Oh, Eternity. Is he going to do it? Yes, he is. He did him dirty. His former teammate, Sticky. Eternity's going to take out his shotgun and embarrass Sticky in the 1v1 stray fight.
Feels good, man.
Yeah, it does.
Feels good. Meanwhile, though, the other side of the map, the B hill is completely neutral. Players from Extortion did overextend toward that side of the map, but Crushmo, he picks up a double there in that kill feed. He's going to keep that under Enigma 6 control. Eternity, though, still going to be trying to push up towards Vision. He's going to pick up another kill here. And this could be a trip cap, honestly, in favor of Enigma 6 if Extortion aren't careful. I don't think they're going to have anyone in a position to overextend. All they can do is wrap back towards their home hill, and you see the kills just being picked up by Eternity. That's 2. The cavalry is there. And unfortunately, just not enough time there for Enigma 6. The respawn's still very, very low, just at 10 seconds.
Dylan, a.k.a. Eternity from Colorado, picks up 5 straight kills to give his team a nice cushion. Hudson's is going to take the turn there, getting a double kill for his team. Very well played here by E6, and they have a nice 50-point lead now in round number 1, thanks to Eternity.
This is not the start Extortion needed here in round number 1. But E6, they're just winning all those gunfights. Again, it's very similar to what we saw in map number 1. They're just clutching up when they need to. And for Extortion, this is the time where, you know, a double cap isn't really going to do it for you. You need at least a neutral and a double or a trip cap. So for me, you need to wait for everyone to come off spawn. You don't want to be pushing individually. You need to come up with a game plan. And once you've come up with that game plan, you need to execute it because it's going to be so difficult. You need to make sure that you get a chunk of kills at the same time. That's the crucial part here because you cannot have players coming off spawn one by one. That 10 seconds is not going to be enough to do it. And it looks as if Enigma 6, with the lead they've been able to develop, I mean, they can just hold one hill at this point. They should be good to win round 1.
Yep, well played right there by E6. Have a nice lead here. Gonna need a triple cap, and a Stick's gonna get shut down. That's not gonna help him, as Affinity and Noxious are gonna hit some good shots here. E6 looking to wrap this one up. Benson, if you are Extortions going into round number 2, what didn't go well for them in that first round? They lost the initial. Do they change it up? Do they trust their guns?
I mean, we saw them play around a boom shot in map number 1, and it kind of worked. I don't want to say it did work, but you saw a different side to them. It was almost them saying, okay, we recognize momentum is in your favor, E6, so we're going to do what we can to change it. I would love to see them do that again. What you might see is potentially a sniper rifle bait at the other side of the map. If you really wanted to, you could put a sniper rifle at stats. You know E6 is going to play for it. Yes, it's risky because this map, you know, you can be effective with the sniper, but still. Oh, I was about to freak out if he did that.
Oh, interesting. They know that E6 loves those secondary weapons.
Okay, that makes sense as well.
Literally has,
like
speaking of Eternity literally has Marksa in his bio. There's the huge 5 kills straight for Eternity. He picks up 1, he got the double there, and then picked up another 2 later on after that to give his team a very good lead. Well played by Eternity in that round, and we're jumping into round number 2. No weapons on the map, it is core weapons. Nasher, Lancer, Pistol, Smoke.
You know, I like it in the long run from Extortion. You know, they're just making sure that if they do win a round, they're not going to give Enigma 6 anything. But at the same time, you got absolutely brutally destroyed at the start of that last round when it was just gun on gun. E6 just playing better. So it's almost like, I feel like they've maybe gone for a little bit of a short-term loss here, knowing that, okay, we may potentially lose this next round, but then we're going to put something on the map, or at least hopefully that's what they decided to do. Obviously, you go into every round assuming you're going to win, but you have to have that long-term plan in mind when it comes to weapon placement.
That's true. I think it was definitely a denial for E6 to pick up those secondary weapons. Eternity's gonna pick up a double kill though. He says, I don't need a secondary weapon. I have my shotgun, and he's starting to heat up here. 2 dead right now for Extortion. Eternity is gonna OE, playing anchor for his team after picking up a double kill, picks up the away hill here, and now E6 with the double cap, they are on the prowl. That is Extortion. Eternity's in a rough spot here. Gotta hop on board with him as he's gonna pick up a kill over Vision. A nice play by Eternity. He's finally gonna get shut down.
DeFazio, he has overextended over towards the A hill. Bear in mind, I kind of point out you want to see him play a bit more of a consistent play style, and hopefully that's what we really get to see from him. The A hill should be capped. He's immediately rotated, recognizing that E6, they're going to be applying the pressure over towards B, but he's by himself here. You know, 1 versus 2 Affinity. In fact, Defazio is going to get collapsed on. If he's able to pick up 1 kill here, that'd be massive, but he isn't going to be able to do so. Hudson shuts him down. You can see already the early lead Enigma 6 has been able to develop. It's not massive, but it is still a lead.
Yep, Affinity right now on board with him. Only 1 kill to his name here. His teammates are picking up any slack. 1 down, Affinity's gonna pick up another kill. Crush mode, they're just flying around right now. E6, this is exactly how we're used to seeing E6 play. From their words themselves, if they stay composed and play consistent throughout, their chances are good to win this tournament. But they have the tools at their disposal to win. It's up to us to deliver, says Affinity of E6. On board with him right now.
See Affinity as he's pushing up. We'll see if he's actually going to be able to find that pick there on Vision. Vision more than happy to just back away for now, though. There's the lead already for Enigma 6, 124 to 104. They're in a fantastic position here to close out this round. They just need to make sure they do not slip up here. That's going to be the crucial part.
Well said here. 2 cap, only a 20-point lead. This is more than possible. Keep in mind, rep and respawn timers are pretty long as well. So a couple of kills for either team can turn the tide here. Crushmo is trying to take things into his own hands here. The Beast himself gonna miss a couple shots, gonna back out. Smart decision there. If you're not gonna hit, if you're not hitting those shots, don't force a square peg in a round hole. On board with Crushmo right now.
I absolutely love that reference. There's Crushmo once again pushing back towards mid-map. Hudson's been able to pick up 1 Vision as well. You look at the score, potential trip cap could be coming through here. Extortion now, they're going to need a trip cap of their own if they're going to have any chance of winning it. C and B should go into their control, but Hudson at A proving to be just too good.
He didn't cap it.
As he locks down that hill. And you know, for Extortion, first couple of rounds not gone their way. I mean, you kind of look back at map number 1, and it's kind of a similar thing that happened. It really was controlled by Enigma 6. They're just winning those gunfights again, and I feel like you need to kind of just switch things up. Defazio just get a double, surely. No.
Look at the top left of your screen, though.
Not like this. Surely there's going to be a trip cap come through. They have a, they're going to get B. Is there anyone at C?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, this is happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
A
Please.
reverse
Not like this.
No, but Affinity in a huge 1v2. Affinity's going to keep it alive for his team. He picks up the meat shield. Hudson's is there. The respawns come in, and Affinity keeps his team alive. What a play by Chris from Florida.
Stick trying to buy his teammate some time. He keeps going for the neutral. They haven't been able to deal with him. Surely not. He isn't going to be able to jump in there again. He gets it as well. Just somehow buying his teammate time. The cavalry is here, but unfortunately, they do go down. And looking at that score, 197 to 204, they will still win. Enigma 6 will still get it unless we see a neutral come through. And you see Enigma 6 just desperately set up a defensive wall around that hill.
Wow.
And they hold on towards the end, but that got closer than it should have done.
Benson, the stars were aligned. We saw it coming, a perfect 3-cap opportunity for Extortions. That would have turned things around. Affinity with a huge double kill. He should not have been alive that long. Extortions is going to kick themselves after that one. Affinity picks up 2, stays alive long enough for his teammates to respawn. Not even long enough. He stayed alive the entire time and picked up the last kill of the round. Very well played by Affinity and E6 to inch that one out.
We're seeing weapon placement once again coming from Extortion. Not too sure about that. Over towards the B hill.
A little desperate.
I mean, you've not been winning the opening fights. Like it's plain as simple as that. I mean, what, you're gonna 5-man flood it? Okay, fair enough. But Boomshot does go down. It's something that Extortion, they're not afraid to do. They've done it every map on each side. It's the third time they put it. So I mean, they feel confident around their strats for it. But again, I would have maybe preferred to see that on the other side of the map, essentially. Pull players from Enigma 6 away from the B hill.
That's a good point.
When you're losing those opening fights at B, it doesn't really make sense because you're basically saying to Enigma 6, hey, here's a piece of candy.
Yeah.
Oh, a piece of candy, here's a piece of candy on that B hill. You've been dominating us, so get yourself something for free. And Hudson's going to be on your screens. And he's going to be full red. Has to back away.
He's all Crushmo. You see him flying across the map right now. Let's hop on board with Crushmo. He's going to pick up a double kill. He's finally going to get taken out there. And Candy's going to pick up a double kill as well. And it's going to work out here for Extortion. They're going to pick up 3. It was a little bit lucky, but it somehow works out in their favor.
I mean, it was the strat we expected, right?
It was.
Round number 1, you block something
Chaos.
out. Round number 2, you put something pretty big down. I mean, you're basically giving yourself better odds as well by blocking out that secondary weapon of controlling.
Again.
Eternity, you're absolutely just filthy right now.
Again, Vision goes for the up A, though. Why are you getting so flashy if you are Extortion?
Swag points, okay, Fallout.
They're worth a lot.
Swag points, man. That'll give you an extra seed when you go back to the Champions bracket. Oh, how did you win?
MLG swag points?
We won swaggily, don't worry. Swaggily? I don't even think that's a word.
Swag points and pro points. How many swag points you got, bro?
Oh, yo, we should totally make that a thing.
Imagine.
I would be totally down with that.
All right, let's make it a thing. People in the stream, hashtag swag points.
Hashtag swag points.
Let's hear it.
That's going to be the new thing. When someone destroys someone, hashtag swag points.
Hey, who needs pro points and you got swag points, right?
So true. So unbelievably true. On board with Hudson's now.
My YouTubers out there.
Oh, God. He's pushing over towards that C hill there. Unfortunately, he's going to run into a wild fanatic. That's going to be 2, but Noxious replies with 2 of his own. That's DeFazio and Fnatic that both fall. So C-Hill, after the trades come through, will belong to Enigma 6 now. Can they collapse over toward the B-Hill? Of course, bear in mind at this point, we are at 14-second respawn delay, so it is pretty lengthy. Definitely not too lengthy, though. Plays from Extortion should be good to come off
boom
spawn.
shot, though, with Canny.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, of course, the boom shot.
Canny has it actually in his hands. He's going to look for a... Still playing a little passive with it.
Wasn't the best with it last round.
Yeah,
last
again.
Okay, I mean, come on. We can't.
And he's going to get taken out. That is huge. Canny, that should be 2 kills. Instead, he misses the boom and gets taken out himself. And he's going to give a boom up to Hudson wins 1v1 first, though.
Oh my god,
DeFazio
just kind of rolled straight through, shut down Crushmo. If Hudson's was to fall there, that would... I feel like, how did they not know Hudson's was there? He has boom and fires it out, does shut down DeFazio. I believe he will have to kind of switch out to his shotgun there now as he pushes back over towards that B-Hill. But again, if I'm Extortion, the one thing I've learned so far is do not give Canny boom. Just under any such, leave it on the floor. Give E6 boom. It's probably, you'll probably get more from it, essentially, because he's done nothing with it.
Oh no, Hudson's easy to take it out. And it's not that Canny's playing bad, he's just playing bad with the boom.
With the boom, yeah, just with the boom.
Yeah,
I mean, he's getting clutch kills with the shotgun,
exactly.
But you give him the boom and it's like, I feel he's too afraid to actually shoot it because he doesn't want a team kill. That was definitely the case in map number 1. There again, he had a couple of teammates over toward the B-Hill, and he was like, oh, I don't know whether I should fire. Should I suicide here? What do I do with the boom? And it's that indecisiveness which is going to cost you in the long run.
Yeah, well said. We're giving a lot of flack towards Extortions right now, but we can't discredit this round. 170 to 130, a huge lead for them. They're going to pick up their 3rd boom shot in a row.
It could be easier, though.
It could be a lot easier.
That's
yeah,
the thing.
you're right.
Yeah, you're right. They're winning, and we are giving them a little bit of flack, but it could be easier. And these are those moments where we talk about the small mistakes, and we talk about the best teams in the game, and they exploit you. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, okay, you may get away with it against, you know, that tier 2 kind of squads, but if you do it against a tier 1, you're going to get absolutely just bopped.
Yeah. And there's the double kill.
Oh, Stick's good with the...
He puts it to work. He's an old school player. He
knows how to make things go boom.
Exactly. When Gears 2 and the boom shot wasn't crazy strong like it has been in Gears 3 and Gears 4, so he hits his 2 shots with the boom, and just like that, Extortions is going to put themselves on the board here. Canny, 10 kills, and none of them with the boom shot.
And he has had it in his hands for quite a while. But I digress. Anyway, weapon placement for Enigma 6. I mean, you can't put your secondary weapon down. Do you now maybe try and split the map?
I like the M-Bar. M-Bar is a power weapon. You know, I think the M-Bar 3 shots before you have to really reload that thing. The M-Bar, I believe.
Frag grenades also.
Okay.
I like that. I like that as well because you can use the frags to try and get control of that boom as well. You're going to force plays from Extortion. If you remember, last time they went 3 straight down the home hill to B. This time you're going to force that gunfight, the initial one, to at least be a 2v2. I don't really imagine with frag grenades being down that Extortion is going to go for 3 down that opening hill. In fact, they are. So they're going to have a 2v3 for frag grenades and a 3v2 for boom here. So honestly, I think frag grenades to help you get that boom is definitely going to be much more effective. And you see easily, just like that, Eternity picks up the frags. And unfortunately for Canny, he went for boom as well. And there go the frag grenades. You can't allow Enigma 6 to get those frag grenades. And it's just so easy to get control of boom once you have control of frags.
Hey, but just like that, big kills are going to come in. So it's now going to be a 2-on-2 situation. Boom is on the ground. Noxious picks up DeFazio. Sorry, I'll take that back. 3-on-2 for E6. Boom shot in the hands of E6 as well, and a double cap.
You had to really see Extortion change that opening strike because it just, quite frankly, did not work. Now, it is Enigma 6 with that lead, 20 points to 5, and they, more importantly, have a 2-to-1 hill advantage. Of course, now, the respawn delay getting a little higher than it was at first, around about the 16-second mark. But we'll wait and see how this one's going to play out. Hudson's, he has himself the boom. He's going to shut down Stick. And for Extortion now, it kind of just comes on to hanging on a little bit and resetting up for the next boom.
Nice up A there from DeFazio. He's full red right now, going to be taken. Oh, he's going to stay alive somehow. Noxious in a bad spot. Noxious is going to get down in a well-executed push by Extortions, breaking the setup of E6. Very well played there. However, the OE is going to come in from Hudson's. He's going to take the A hill. They're going to have to backtrack here.
Yeah, Hudson's very, very smart. Recognized that he needed to push over towards that opposition home hill.
About to fight a war.
More importantly, I think he may actually be able to get out with his life here. He has affinity and support. If they want to, they can reapply that pressure. For now, it is going to be Extortion regaining control of the A hill. And you see them more than happy to kind of back away. They've done a little bit of damage here.
The fight is at the B hill right now, though. That's a good job. They drew a lot of attention away from the B hill, enough to let Eternity and Crushmo fight down low. And now they're going to rotate for B hill. Well played by Affinity and Noxious up top. Or sorry, Noxious and Hudson's up top.
That was a fantastic flank, but they need to win the gunfight. As it stands, it's a 1-1 trade. Nox just makes it a 2-for-1 as now you expect
wide.
6 to get control, and also note C-Hill is being taken by Extortion, so for Enigma 6 you can't afford to lose these gunfights. DeFazio was able to take down one with him, but again a wise overextension comes in from Extortion, and this is why I love escalation so much, because it genuinely does become a game of chess.
It does. This is chess, 100%. The same thing that E6 did to Extortion just did to them. Let's see how E6 will defend. Extortion was not able to do so.
You'd expect plus you had Hudson's there with that boom. It's going to be so difficult to try and break into that B hill. You look at the lead as well, Enigma 6, they're only developing a bigger and bigger lead as it stands. And of course Hudson still does have a shot in his boom shot. And you know, for Extortion, time is starting to run out. You need a 2-to-1 advantage ASAP. Is unfortunately for DeFazio, he is going to fall. And Enigma 6 now with all the number advantage, they could, if they wanted to, put the pressure here on the A hill. Now they definitely should. That's 3 players down. If they kill Canny, that's 4. You have to go for the trip cap at this point. This is all Enigma 6. Extortion just kind of crumbled. As we mentioned, it was a game of chess, and it just seemed like Enigma 6 were one step ahead.
And again, from the words of E6, when we are all communicating well and hearing and helping each other, I believe we are a top 3 team with Envious and Optic. Well, they're doing exactly that right now. Communicating, rotating, and working as a team, and it is showing for E6. Not sure if I agree with the top 3 team with Envious and Optic part. You got to prove yourself first, but right now they're certainly doing very well against this open bracket team that was on fire.
And they're slaying well. Now the question for Extortion is, what do you put on the map? You know, you didn't really play around frag grenades as well as you should have done. You know, I would love to see, you know, shot grenades. I think that could really try and help you get control of frag. The one thing's for sure, you can't go 3 down ramp again. You just can't. Like, you need to make a 2v2 over at boom and a 3v3 for frag grenades. If you see yeah, they are going to change it, thank God. And so you're going to have that basic 3v3 mid-map, and you're going to have the 2v2 over towards boom. Now the fight for frag grenades is even more important, I feel.
Of course, Foundation is listed by E6. It's one of their top 3 maps. It's going to be huge kills picked up, all up to Vision. He's going to go big with the back roll over Affinity. Stick takes out Eternity, but Hudson is the last lone wolf for E6. He has a boom shot to his name. He's out of boom shots now.
He is.
To stay alive.
He's fired both. And
huge
Hudson's
1v1.
He may actually just have to kind of bait out the 1v1 here. He's going to try and put some shots down the stick. Of course, his teammates now will be coming off spawn. You already see Crossmo A and B under their control. Is anyone from Extortion going to be able to get over towards that C-Hill quick enough to lock in the trip cap? It's coming in, but A already broken. So once again, Extortion not able to capitalize on a trip cap opportunity. Now, though, they do have full setup and a damn good amount of map control.
Yeah, and right now, Hudson is the only reason E6 is still alive, living to fight another day. Picks up 2 boom kills, a shotgun kill after that, and allows his team to hold that B-Hill just long enough to avoid the triple cap. Well played by Hudson's, but now E6, their backs against the wall. They have to find a way to break this setup of Extortion. Can they do it, Benson?
It's the question. You see Noxious up top for Enigma 6. Fantastic line of sight just to put down some crossfire if he needs to. Currently sitting at 9 kills. Could push towards C, waiting for a potential teammate call out here to really go for. Has Hudson's in support as well. But, of course, wait and see. It is Extortion building themselves a bigger and bigger lead. Finally, the pressure comes over towards B, but that is not going to be capped. There is a big gunfight on that side of the map, as well as this one currently on your screens. Hudson's will fall. Will Hudson's be cleaned up? Yes, he will. It was Canny that was able to get it, and you can see Canny pretty lethal with the shotgun. Definitely not so much the boom, but we'll forgive him.
Eternity, huge kill, gets out, stays alive. He's on the flank now. Can he pick up the double? No, he does. Yes, he does. A huge kill from Eternity. Making a triple kill. No, he's going to get taken out. Well played by Eternity, though. Honestly, that looked like the turn that Extortion needed. Eternity on the flank, kept his team alive. Very well played here. And now it's going to be E6 that comes out, slays. Affinity picks up a double kill. They are down by 40 points, though, Benson. They got to make magic happen.
Yeah, they really do. And more importantly, they need to keep the pressure here at C. They need to cap and get those kills a little quicker, and then collapse on that B hill, because as it stands, Extortion keep that 2-to-1 hill advantage, just managing to out-trade and just buy themselves enough time really to come off spawn and continuously keep trading in that C hill. So Enigma 6, they're going to have to rethink that strat, wait for everyone to come off spawn, and then try it again.
Keep in mind, this is round number 6. Long respawn times. Crushman's going to hit a good shot. Needs to stay alive. He's going to get taken out, but a boom shot in the hands of Hudson's. Eternity needs to go big. He gets taken out, unfortunately, for E6. And now it looks like this last round in the first half is going to go to Extortions unless something miraculous can happen. Round 5, sorry. Round
Vision
5.
on your screen, of course, from Extortion.
Yep.
As it stands, I mean, 182 to 124 just to hold that B hill, right? But this is the problem. For Extortion, we kind of saw in map 1. Do not pin yourself on that one hill. They haven't. They've rotated over towards C. That is the play they needed to make, and that should theoretically secure this 5th round. It's actually, the pressure should come over towards B, but that's okay. You still have C. All you need to do is stay alive in this situation. Just don't give away any pointless deaths. Someone's overextended towards A. That is the play you need to make from Extortion, and that was absolutely perfect to see.
Yeah, well played. Perfect timing for them as E6 was starting to run away with it. And I apologize, I said round 6. That was round 5. I was looking at the wrong monitor here. So now we are in our last round of the first half. Interesting strategies can be run. See what decision E6 decides to make here. They can, I believe, negate a weapon.
Yep, if they wanted to.
If they wanted to.
But, I mean, you've been really controlling a lot of that top side. I mean, do you really want to take away the...
They've had boom shot almost every time.
Exactly, so to take it away and put a long shot down?
A long shot down low, where you have no vision of the rest of them have? Interesting decision from E6. Let's see what strategy they come out with here. Look at Eternity.
I'm curious to see the breakout now. If Extortion go back to 3-down ramp to just try and control the B hill, obviously they recognize how important frag grenades were. I mean, they had a 2v2 and a 3v3 down mid. This time, though, are they going to force another? No, it's a 2v3, essentially, it looks like, once again, for Extortion. But someone for Extortion is going for a flank. Do bear that in mind. So they're immediately going to try and put pressure on Enigma 6's home hill.
Yep, smart decision there by Extortion. Realizing, hey, the sniper rifle down low is not worth much. Let's play for kills. Let's play for home and away. Is exactly what Extortion's doing. 20-second respawns. That's exactly what they're doing. Now Hudson's going to be baited again by grabbing that sniper. He loves putting that sniper in his hands. Let's see if he can connect with it. It's not much of a power weapon in this game, as we talked about earlier. Affinity's going to pick up a kill over Stick, and now the rotation is going to come in from Extortion. They're going to go for the double cap.
And they know Hudson was around here, and he has teammate support there, but the instant comes through. Vision able to shut down Noxious. The numbers advantage in their favor. Can they collapse on the C hill? Hudson is back all the way up. Of course, he still does have that sniper rifle, but this is the veteran play that Hudson needs to make. Just lingering between this home street. He could apply the pressure over towards A if need be, but he's bought his teammates enough time now off spawn where they can actually recollapse here onto Extortion. And if they win that wave of gunfights, Enigma 6 could flip the switch and get a trip cap of their own.
Yeah, and if Hudson is going to be anywhere with the sniper, he's in the best position possible up top by his C hill. Let's see what he's going to do with it right now up top with his team. Looks like they're going to be making a coordinated push across street with Affinity. Affinity with an opportunity to flank here. He's going to fly. Gonna get a good shot in. He's gonna down one. Needs support from his teammates right now, though. It's not gonna come in on time, unfortunately. He's gonna have to back out, but some good poking pressure from Affinity. Hopefully that opens things up at B. Yes, it does. Hudson is gonna pick up a kill at B hill. And here comes the push from E6. Very well played, all with that Affinity push to start things off.
Oh, you
traded.
Vision just recognized he had to at least shut down one, delay that push, and that has occurred, of course. 115 to 81. Extortion still do have the lead, and they still, more importantly, hold that A-B advantage. As you said, there's a massive 1v1. 20-second respawn, and it's going to be Fnatic that gets it. He is full red, though. Can he stay alive? Crushmo trying to put down the shots. You can see 3 players from Enigma 6 were down. 1 player now fresh off respawn. If Crushmo goes down, though, this could be drastic for Enigma 6, and in actual fact, he will. The trip cap potential comes through. The C hill not going to be capped just yet, but the kills continuously being traded at Stick. He picks up one. Can he find another? The players coming off spawn. It's going to be Affinity. Can he break the hill in time? It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get there. He won't. And Extortion tie things up at the first half. 3 rounds to 3.
Wow. And Ben, we need to take a look at the statistics going into the second half because it's flipped. Usually you see Crushmo and Noxious going huge. It's Crushmo with 16, Noxious with 10, but Eternity with 26 kills. It is unbelievable. I mean, it's good to see, though. It's good to see E6, anyone going big at certain times. But if I'm E6, we need Crushmo, the Beast. We need Noxious, who is so consistent to really step his game up. His time dead is impressive, but he's not doing the output that's necessarily needed right now from a kill standpoint, a slaying standpoint.
And you kind of look at how badly, let's be honest, Extortion is being outslayed, yet here we are sitting at 3 rounds apiece. So it just shows you those later rounds, kills do just become that little bit more important. You don't need to necessarily get as many of them, and that's really been the story so far. E6, of course, won the first, second, and fourth round for Extortion to win the final couple of rounds as well there. So
here we go, second half. Hills are flipped, weapons are reset, respawn timers are back to 10 seconds. Eternity's going to draw first blood here, 5-on-4 opportunity for just about 7 more seconds for E6. Let's see if they take it. Looks like they are, smart decision.
Eternity, as you mentioned, playing extremely well. 27 kills to his name, and looks as if he will be able to back away from this one as he heads over towards that E hill. Can he, though? Is there with the Hunter putting down some shots. Hudson is going to be over there as well, so you could see a pretty big gunfight develop over towards the E hill, but Stick jumps in with 2. Nicely played by him, and he's the player as well I feel like we haven't really given a lot of love to, but well. he is one of those players who, again, is consistently not just getting 1 kill, but he's getting a couple of kills together in quick succession and really helping his team relieve a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, Stick, the veteran back from Gears 2, returned to the scene here to compete in Gears 4 and is making a name for himself again in the Gears of War Pro circuit. on board with
I love
right
that.
now.
I love that. Old school players, once again, coming back, playing the new game, and just showing, hey, you know, I can still hang. I still got it. I'd love to, you know, my dream Fallout is to one day cast you on main stage. I would love that. You versus Blaze, I think, would be the best. I think you should do that as like a charity game at one event.
You know,
just for one time, you're allowed to draft any pros you want, and you two go against each other.
I think
that would be absolutely sick.
You have no idea.
Saying, Coalition, if you're listening, make it happen.
I have never lost to Blaze. I've said this
No
before.
way. Are you serious?
Never lost to Blaze ever in my life.
I know Blaze is somewhere in the venue right now going, I hate you, John.
Including in first to 50 Horde 3.0 reveal at PAX West this year with Team Gold Glove.
Jesus. Fair enough.
If you name the game mode, that would be a ton of fun. Blaze, obviously, former pro player. Always fun.
Oh, that must feel good, though. Let's be honest. It must feel good.
There's a lot of players.
Do you want to know a fun fact? I've actually never lost to Blaze either in Gears of War.
You haven't.
Hey,
right.
duo.
Me and you. At MLG Columbus, we did a 3-on-3 little caster / talent showdown. They had a stacked team.
They did.
You and Toby versus
we're just better.
Waldo, Immortal Spawn, and Blaze.
We're just better.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of Immortal Spawn, I know I saw him walking around. He's having a fantastic event as well.
Yeah, he is. I think they haven't lost yet.
I think they
They qualified.
it.
They made it.
They made it to the pools. I'm pretty
Congratulations,
sure, so.
yeah, Team Vanquish. Vanquish Esports doing their thing here. Immortal Spawn decided to make a big decision not to be a part of the team here for production as an observer and to compete instead. He loves the game so much. I love that decision.
He's actually really good.
He
I
is
watch his
very
stream
good.
sometimes.
Oh
He's
my
actually
gosh.
filthy.
Seriously, man. Honestly, I'm going to be honest. I never gave him the respect as a slayer. I've always given him respect as a leader, as a communicator, but he really has impressed me the past couple months. It's awesome to see him. We've had a lot of long conversations. Nothing but respect for that man. And Cubano, of course, forming that team. And I love their strategy. They picked up 3 new school players.
Yep.
What you need.
Hey, it seems to be working so far. Speaking of working, this first round of the second half, once again, seems to be going in favor of Extortion. For me, it just seems maybe they're a little bit better when the map is flipped, it seems. When you have D, E, and F on the map, they seem to perform a little bit better. And there you see Extortion managing to pick up that round, so they're going to have a 4-3 lead now.
Kind of a funny fight right there between Affinity and I think that was Vision.
I felt it was almost troll.
Exactly.
It was like, I know I'm not going to win this, so let's just troll.
Yeah. And then Affinity goes, all right, screw it. Lays him across the head. Not going to be enough, though, and it's jumping back into it. Benson, 3 straight rounds for Extortions, man. Don't place a sniper.
Please don't. It's because you just know Hudson's is going to go for it. And
maybe get one headshot.
I feel like if you want, all right, I like that for the simple reason I feel like they're thinking, okay, well, if we're Extortion, what are they going to do? We know they're going to put Boom down because they've done it so far in every single half of every map we've seen. So they're saying, all right, we're going to block off a potential Boom cross map from that mid-neutral hill. Makes a lot of sense, especially if they do lose this one. I fully expect to see them put a sniper rifle down at E, just more than nothing else to kind of block it out to make sure that they can't put a Boom there.
Yeah, and I want to point out E6, the first round of this half, won the initial and went for kills instead of going for caps. They almost played it like it was the first half again in long respawn timers. See what they do here. They get the first kill now. I want to see them get a 2-cap and hold that 2-cap and set up. Big fight, 1v1. Eternity's feeling himself right now with the shotgun. Gonna hit that one.
They already won
and hits another one. Eternity, man. He is playing so well. 29 kills. About to drop a 30 bomb here.
Much better performance from E6 at the opening break here in round number 2 of the second half.
Yep, 2 kills already.
And E and F fully under control and the lead starting to develop. Maybe around about 10 points as it stands, but for Extortion, definitely not too much to worry about. Of course, just 12-second respawn delay. We've seen Extortion kind of break that Enigma 6 setup a couple of times, overextending over towards F, applying the pressure there, and then backing away, forcing the players from E6 to respect it, go back to their home hill, and that's when Extortion will try and break that mid.
And look at the setup right now from E6. Eternity locking down the middle of the map. Perfect setup from E6. I like the positioning. Take notes, folks at home. Eternity's gonna be a little over-aggressive here. Not sure if I agree with that push. He needs to stay alive. He's gonna do exactly that.
And honestly, if Extortion want to win this map, they have to find a way of shutting down Eternity. I don't know how you do it. I don't know what you do. Is it you see Eternity, you're like, hey, 2v1 him, I need help, give me help, I need help. But I feel like Eternity right now, he's gonna win a 1v2. That's just how good he is playing as the potential trip cap does come through. But as I said, Eternity, he is the man which is just causing Extortion so many problems.
Huge plays by Eternity right there. I can't say it enough. Seriously, and you gotta appreciate that. He overextended, capped the D hill, and then picked up a double kill for his team with some good team fire coming in from E6, and now they're gonna continue to fly. 50-point advantage right now. They're gonna actually back out here. Smart decision. Affinity wants it. Eternity wants it. He's not done yet. He's gonna get the down. He's gonna back out immediately after. I sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger there. Get down.
I mean, do you blame him though? He's playing so God damn it. He's playing so confident. I mean, I would be going for absolutely everything as well, but it's important that he doesn't get a little bit too over-aggressive here, especially as these rounds become longer respawns.
That's a really good point.
If he makes a mistake and he sees that kind of gunfight and he goes for it in 2 more rounds, that could cost Enigma 6 the round. So it's important that he still plays aggressive and still plays confident, but doesn't get a little bit too over-aggressive.
Yeah, that's well said. You saw him do it a little bit in the middle, but he's backed out. I mean, he's a veteran. He knows how to perform in these situations. He's been in this situation so many times before, so I like what I'm seeing from him. They're going to OE, and just in case they lose their F hill, which it looks like they're going to. Big fight going down at the F hill, though.
So 1v2 as well over towards the D hill. I believe
they're just winning their fights.
They're winning absolutely everything. 188 to 125. Of course, Enigma 6 not going to be getting any points, but they will definitely secure the F hill. They've already secured the D hill.
That's it.
And that was a fantastic round from Enigma 6. Extortion, I mean,
he's talking to his team.
He's like, yo, boys, all right, come on. We can't let that happen. Come on.
Yeah, I like that, though. I mean, the round's over. Talk to your team, figure out the next round. Affinity's going to troll a little bit in the spawn there, and a great round from E6. And I got to, eat my words a little bit. I called out Noxious a bit earlier, not slaying, not giving the output. I realized what he's doing after watching this round. He's playing support for this team. His Lancer is out majority of the time, and look at his downs. 18 downs to his 14 kills. So he's playing a well-needed role right now, which I love to see. Yep. Last map, it was Eternity playing that support role. They've kind of flipped roles here, and it's showing versatility with this E6 squad.
Extortion. You're on weapon placement. You've dropped Boom, like I mentioned before. Every single map so far, in every single half, when you've had the opportunity, you've done it. Not got it over towards Piston. Of course, that was blocked. Instead, they're going to opt for frag grenades, leaving that E statue still open for now.
Yep, 6.2K points for Hudson's, 33 kills for Eternity. No one on Extortions has picked up even 20 kills here. So 4-4, it is all tied up. We have another map on our hands here between these two teams. E6, of course, is up 1-0 in this series. Let's see if they can close this one out against the Cinderella story of a team, Extortions, who beat Energy. Yep. Make it here in pool play.
Definitely a talented squad, but it is a completely different environment from play. Hudson's really?
Just shut down Crush Mount.
So that's what we're going to do?
Okay.
Eternity's gone.
Playing out of his mind right
Who the hell cares? Kill all your teammates. Eternity's probably going to clutch a 1v5 as it stands. But as I mentioned, a very, very different environment. Playing in the open bracket, playing on main stage. Has that had an effect on Extortion? As you mentioned, it probably is going to be a trip cap. Fnatic, he's going to have to try and run straight towards him, but Eternity rolls up the hill, looks to try and find that pick on Fnatic. As it stands, we're at 14-second respawns. Can he buy his team enough time to stay alive here? Yep. The hill is still neutral, but the kills, once again, going in Enigma 6's favor. They are slaying absolutely everyone, but I think maybe Extortions, have they just done it? Canny is full red, 1v1, he will fall, but there is also Stick there. Stick should be good for now, just to keep Extortion alive, and that's something that they've been so good at. Enigma 6, I don't want to say they're not cutthroat enough, but they've had so many opportunities throughout this series where they could have gone for the trip grab and they could have finished it, and they've just not been able to do so.
There's a quick update from the side station here. Bot Nation won 6-4 over, who was it? Not that, take that back, Fully Spaced, over Fully Spaced, thank you. Bot Nation won 6-4 over Fully Spaced, and Enix is up 1-0 over Vanquish. So far the pro teams are winning in the pool play, but Vanquish is not out yet. Bot Nation barely won that one as well.
It is expected.
Yeah.
You do expect those pro teams to kind of walk away with those W's, but of course sometimes you do have those fairy tale stories where your pool play teams do qualify. As it stands though, Enigma 6 really starting to assert their dominance here. They're going to get F. E is going to be broken by Extortion, but right now this is Extortion just trying to hold on to the Enigma 6 steam train as it's just blowing straight through this map. They're not really able to get their foot in. They're not controlling the pace. They're being reactive as opposed to proactive, and that has been an issue. Finally, you see a couple of kills strung together for Extortion. That's going to relieve the pressure on the map, allow them to push up and finally get a little bit of control. The problem is, though, you don't want to be too overly aggressive here because we are still at relatively low respawns, and I mean, that's what happens when you push Affinity like that. Like, why would you push that? You didn't need to. I mean, yeah, you look at the score, you need to wait for another wave of kills. That's why being patient is so crucial. I feel like what happened there is Extortion looked at the score and went, oh my god, we're about to lose, push. And it's like, well, no, get another wave of kills, and now on the flip side, you've just been trip capped.
Play it defensive, and again, hammerhead type of plays from Extortion. They go for up A's, they're head downing into the shotguns of Affinity, and really, E6 is playing it defensive, playing it smart.
I think it's just experience.
I
really think it's just experience.
These Extortion squad's amazing. They're playing very well. They're competing with E6. Just a few small mistakes making the difference. Especially when Eternity's going off like he is.
And they can
3
be
more
so
kills.
Costly. Oh my god, no. D-Hill. Or is anyone over it towards D? I don't think they are. That would have been That would have been absolutely ridiculous way to end. But it is Enigma 6 now. We'll get one more round on the board.
You see Eternity, the man himself. Let's take a look at the stats after this round. It's Eternity with 42
all right.
kills.
I need to know what Eternity had for breakfast, because whatever it was, I need to start eating that, because 42 kills, map 2, the man is a god.
I actually heard that he had an English breakfast today. Is that the trick?
Well, you see,
is that why you're so good at Call of Duty?
I mean, maybe that is the trick. Did he actually have an English breakfast?
No, he didn't.
God damn it! Don't do that to me, for
I actually ran into Eternity and Affinity at Starbucks. They had Starbucks for breakfast.
Really?
Truthfully, that is a true story.
What a white girl.
I picked up my peppermint mocha, and I'm ready to go here.
So basic.
Going into round number 10 here. It has been an absolute pleasure. Gears community, hope you guys have enjoyed the gameplay. The gameplay is not disappointed by any means. This is history, folks. Thank you for being a fan, a supporter of Gears Esports here.
Does Eternity drop 50?
Wow. A couple more rounds left. I think he's on pace.
It's possible.
He's on pace.
It's possible, especially if it goes the distance.
12 the last 2 rounds. So
if it goes the distance, he has the opportunity. That would be, is that the most kills that we've seen in Gears 4?
Not Gears 4. I think we've seen a 50 bomb from Sleepy Time.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, I think you're correct, actually. I think he actually, yeah, you're right.
But it's up there. It's up there for sure.
Still a good performance. Not the best, but still good.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Vision, last man alive for Extortion. Enigma 6 look to put themselves at match point. The E-Hill should go over to E6.
Yeah, and again, I can't express enough how important this match is for E6. Down in the dumps, 0-2 in the bracket. They got destroyed by Epsilon. They needed a confidence boost. They needed to get themselves warm, and this is exactly the match up that they wanted going up against and performing against an open bracket team. Very important for E6.
Just gets your kind of foot in the door at the tournament. As we mentioned, not having won a series so far, this is going to be vital for E6's losers bracket run. As we look at the score, it is all E6 so far early in the game. E-Hill, though, is being contested, and Extortion able to fight back a little bit here. 2 players from E6 are currently down, as opposed to just a 1 from Extortion, but Eternity, just so smart, just such a good rotation. He's going to force Vision to run towards him. He's in a 1v2, but honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Eternity somehow won this. The man's a freak of nature today. I want his beverage from Starbucks, but finally does fall. I mean, I'm going to be going, trust me, Championship Sunday, you already know I'm going to breakfast with Eternity. I'm not even joking, I'm being serious.
See what that man does, his rituals. There we go, though.
Do you ever have a pre-game ritual?
Yeah, I played against bots. I always warmed up against bots.
It's not pre-game. I'm talking.
I didn't have like a crazy pre-game ritual.
Did you meditate? Did you listen to Kanye? Like,
did you listen to Kanye? Yeah,
Backstreet Boys. Like, what was your jam?
The Frosted Tips jab right there.
Hey man, you were listening to it yesterday. I saw you jamming out. You don't think you can be sneaky? You can't hide from me.
I was at a bar and Backstreet Boys played, and I lost a bet and have to have Frosted Tips. I think it was like
Backstreet Boys is great.
Touche. At one point, maybe 30 years
ago. Yeah, right. Enigma 6, once again, locking down the map. E and F under their control. Just the D-Hill currently under Extortion's control. And E6, they have a lead, admittedly not a big one. I think this is going to come down to whether Extortion can try and get a wave of kills inbound.
Boom shot
Fazio with Boom, yep. See if he's going to be able to use that. Shuts down Crush Mode. This could be the swing in momentum for this round as the Fazio picks up Noxious as well. Vision as well. Has nades too. Fnatic, he's going to shut down Hudson. This is where they need to flood the map, and they need to do it quickly. They should be able to lock down that E-Hill, but is there anyone in a position to track back towards D and also overextend towards F? It's Affinity basically last man standing for a while, full red, but Extortion just not able to react quick enough to that opportunity.
Affinity kind of choked up a little bit there. Noxious going to pick up a kill on Candy. That's huge from Noxious. He's going to keep his team alive here. Grenades are going to come out, though. Noxious going to dodge both of them. Crush Mode picks up a kill on Vision, and somehow E6 had 4 dead. Affinity, the lone wolf, and they still survive.
Yeah, Extortion didn't react quick enough. And also because of that, because of how long it took them to track back towards D, this 2-cap is not going to be enough for them to win the game. They now need to neutralize F. If they'd have wrapped back quicker, if they tracked quicker, a 2-to-1 hill advantage would have been enough to win mathematically on point.
You're spot on. They devoted too many resources over at E. All 5 members were there to win the fight. That's not going to be enough if they needed a D break. They weren't able to get it, and now E6 bounces back. There's no reason E6 should have won this round. That is huge. That's going to give them a significant cushion and lead here, going up 6-4 over Extortion.
Yeah, this should pretty much be
Hudson.
Their map. Again, one of those small mistakes I think you kind of have to look at is experience. Who necessarily called that shot there? Because as you mentioned, there was just so many players at E, and everyone was so slow to react. As soon as you get 4 down, I mean, there was 2 kills in quick succession with Boom from DeFazio as well. 2 more kills followed within the next 5 seconds. You have to push that. You have 16-second respawn. You basically had 10 seconds with nobody on the map there.
Well said. Yep, well said. And Affinity, you stayed alive. There's no reason you should stay alive. You got to be right on him. Team firing down immediately, head down. I mean, if that was Optic again, we always reference the champions.
It's the point in case, right?
Exactly. They'd be head downing to that hill. All 4 of them.
Sprinting, literally just gone. And next thing you know, you're trip capped.
Yep.
It's how you close out games. It's something which so many
Look at the
teams
kills.
struggle with.
No one. 23 kills, the max for Extortion, and almost everyone on E6 has 20 kills. It's insane.
Yeah, E6
They're not
is slaying heavy, but again, we kind of saw it in map number 1. Extortion didn't need the kills. They were able to make it close just based off opening strategies towards the second half. However, the big difference this map is it's been E6 that have been controlling that opening strat, and then the Slay train has essentially come straight through. Eternity already with 1 pick. DeFazio responds with a pick on Affinity. 4 versus 4 gameplay. Hudson has managed to get his hands on the Boom as well. Eternity with another pick. This is not looking good for Extortion whatsoever.
What?
Players
Eternity
falling left and right. It's basically down to Fnatic. He is going to go down as well.
5 kills. That is an ace for Eternity. He took out everyone on the opposing team, and he's going to drop 50.
I asked him if he was going to get 50. I mean, that's a damn good way to get 50, right? You just open up the round. You're like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. You're dead. Oh, I see you. You're dead as well.
But again, I have to give props. It's the support from his teammates. They're all playing together. And Noxious is supporting so well right now. And they switched roles again. Maybe this is the secret sauce. Noxious playing more of a support role.
I want to see Enigma 6 throw away the next 2 rounds just so we go to overtime, just so I can see how many kills Eternity. Plain and simple. The man is just unbelievable right here in this map, putting up one of the best displays we've seen all event long. But again, Enigma 6 not being cutthroat enough there for me. They didn't really apply pressure on the map. You don't necessarily even need to go for the trip cap. You just need to set up in a position where Extortion straight off spawn are not going to be able to overextend. And look what's happened. Extortion off spawn have able to get control of this E hill. Enigma 6 had so much map control, and they just weren't able to punish.
Yep, exactly. And it's a good bounce back by Extortion. E6 now is just going to bury themselves in that D hill, playing a defense, putting up a wall until their teammates spawn. And now their teammates spawn, you're going to see that wall diminish, and a strategy is going to be executed. Let's see what they decide to run here to try and break this Extortion setup. They're going to opt for a 2 mid push. The smokes are out, the push is in, and guess who's leading the charge, Benson? It's Eternity. He's going to miss a couple shots there, but oh, Hudson's going to get taken out. Finally, Eternity's going to pick up that down. He finally gets taken out by Canny. 2 dead for each.
Back and forth trades, as you said. 2 players down for both squads. Extortion, though, desperately trying to chip away at the early lead from Enigma 6.
Heads up play by Noxious.
FL goes back over to Enigma 6, so Extortion going to have to rethink back to the drawing board in terms of their game plan here. Of course, do bear in mind, Boom shot will be coming up relatively soon, and it is Extortion that control that side of the map as well. Enigma 6 have to kind of respect that, and just as I say that, it's going to be Fnatic that grabs it. Yep. Enigma 6 not able to wrap quick enough.
Big shout out to Burger at BurgerFresh on Twitter, the coach of E6. He's going to try and time the weapons, but it's going to be too little too late.
Oh, no.
They devoted a lot of resources to home and away hill, but yeah, team kill's going to come in for the Boom shot. And then Nade's going to, Nade's not
18 seconds respawn delay, bear in mind at this point. So you basically had yourself a 2-man advantage, and you whittled it down to 1 with an accidental team kill. That's absolutely massive.
Look at E6.
A big mistake in E6. Because of that, are easily able to retake control of E. They've forced the opposition players from Extortion to overextend and go over towards D, but it doesn't look like that gunfight's necessarily a safe one. It's Stick versus Eternity, and Eternity, I mean, you're just not going to beat him in this current form.
Yep. And it's another good support fire from Hudson's there. Turning a 1v against Canny, he's going to shut it down. So again, E6 is just flying. They're at the FL. They rotated back to E. They rotated back to D to help out Eternity in the 1v1, and they are just rotating so well as a team. Can he do? Oh my goodness, Eternity!
No.
To end things off here, possibly. That's a huge 1v1. He goes big, and just like that, all they need is the 1 cap. Noxious and Eternity are going to hold it down here.
Stick looking to try and break it. In fact, Enigma 6 are not going to be getting any points at all. Stick did shut down Eternity. You can see that D hill is being capped though. Will Extortion be able to cap the hill just in time? No, they won't. And that was so unbelievably close from Extortion. But Enigma 6 will come out on top and win it. A fantastic start to their day, but it's going to be a long day, as we mentioned. They will eventually fall down into that championship losers bracket where they're going to have a big run of games. But over on the other side of things, Extortion, not necessarily a poor performance from them. Definitely. First game on main stage for a lot of